Hi everybody, welcome to the Summer Watercolor Snacks box. My name is Amelia. I'm the resident artist with Watercolor Snacks, and I'm also your watercolor instructor. So I thought it would be nice to go through the Watercolor Snacks box. I could talk a little bit about the materials that you get in the box, and we can do a little bit of swatching and light demoing. Before I open the box, a couple of extra things if you want to follow along that I have in addition to the box are 2 containers of water as well as a paper towel. So if you want to grab those to follow along, you can do so. But I'm going to go ahead now and start opening up the box. So you should have received your watercolor snacks box, and when you open it up, you're going to have your bubble mailer and then a substrate or a surface in here. So I'm going to take these out and set the box aside. And we'll go through what's in the envelope first. So you just unzip that. And these are really great. I actually save these and reuse them all the time. So they're really handy to keep on hand if you, have the space to hang on to them. I'm going to set it aside for now. So inside your box, you get a couple of cool bonus things in addition to the art supplies that come with the kit. So you get this really nice Watercolor Snacks pamphlet, and inside it will tell you a little bit about all of the materials. So we can kind of go through this and identify everything that is in the kit that corresponds with your ArtSnacks menu that's in here. So I'm just going to set this off to the side as well so I can go through it with you. You're welcome to follow along with that as well. So I think the main feature of our box is the watercolors, of course. And this is a really great travel set with watercolors. This is the Van Gogh and Van Gogh Museum watercolor pocket box. So it's in this paper container, or paper wrap, I should say. And it has a little color key on the back. I like to hang on to these just to have as a reference, but you don't necessarily need to keep these. It's just nice because it does tell you the numbers that correspond with the paint. So I guess if you ever needed to replace one, you would know if you wanted to look it up. I'm going to set that aside as well. So you get this great box in here. It opens up, and it has a couple of fun things in here. So it does come with a little travel brush, which just comes apart like this. And then you put it back together. It's a size 6 round brush, which is really nice. So if you're, out and about, maybe traveling, you've got a brush with you always, or in case you forget a brush, you've got one handy. And then when you're done with that, just carefully take it back apart and then put it back inside the handle, and it fits nicely in this palette that's attached to the case. A little bit about this from our ArtSnacks menu. This has 12 shades that are inspired by the color palette of Vincent van Gogh's dynamic self-portrait with gray felt hat. And he used a lot of complementary colors. Complementary colors are colors that are across from each other on the standard color wheel. So there's a lot of really nice complementary color pairs in this palette. And so a little more about this, the pocket box is bright orange, like the small stripes of orange paint that can be seen in the halo around the head of the self-portrait. And this is officially backed by the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and that's where these paints are manufactured. They're manufactured in Holland. So the colors are brilliant, transparent, and intense. They have a high tinting strength, and they have their purity and uniform viscosity means that they're easy to work with and easy to mix. There's 12 pans altogether, and the colors that you get are opaque white. You get a permanent lemon yellow, an Indian yellow, a Naples yellow. I think I'm saying these in the right order. Let's see, it'll say on the side. So this is actually Pyrrole orange. This is the Naples yellow. It has Pyrrole orange, madder lake deep, indigo, turquoise blue, hooker green deep, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, and Payne's gray. And so you can do what I just did if you want to kind of figure out the corresponding color. You just take the little pan out, and I'll try to hold it up. It's a little hard to focus here, but on the side it will tell you this is the yellow ochre. I know it's a little hard to see, but if you hold it up close, you're able to read the label. And when you open up your paints, you will remove this top layer, but the label will stay on the side. So you can keep that handy if you ever need to know what color you have. So that is the Van Gogh set. Definitely really fun and great colors to play around with. So we'll set this off to the side for now. And then the surface that we have to work with, this is the 1264 Fabriano watercolor cold press paper. So a little bit about this paper from our menu. This is synonymous with high quality paper, loved by the great masters such as Da Vinci and Michelangelo. It's made in Italy and offers a surface for every type of application. It's glue-bound watercolor paper, 300 GSM, cold press paper. It has a bright white surface. So when you open this up, you'll see it has a really nice white surface, so your colors will really shine through brightly on this paper. It works well for all wet media, including watercolor, gouache, acrylic, and ink, and get 30 sheets of paper in this paper pad, which is really nice. So you get plenty of sheets. It's only bound at the top. Some watercolor blocks, you have to cut the paper off from the block. This one you do not. It's only attached by one edge. So you can pull the pages off as you finish them, and you don't need any special tools to remove it from the block. So that is the Fabriano paper pad, a really great companion to our Van Gogh paints. The next thing that we have in our kit, I'm going to open up. This is really nice. Oops, I left one in there. This is a set of 3 King Art brushes. These are all a round style brush because the ferrule, the metal part, is round. And then it comes to a nice point. And we have 3 different sizes. So we have, this is a size 6, we have a size 4, and a size 2. So you get a nice variety of sizes here. And let me figure out how to open this up. I'm going to open it from the bottom. Actually, I'm just going to grab a pair of scissors and I'll just cut these out of the plastic. I'm cutting from the bottom just because I don't want to accidentally damage the brush. So just take care, because I just lost my little plastic cap. So if you like to keep that with your brushes, just take care when you're opening these. So a little bit about round brushes. These are excellent for detail painting. So these are really great if you are doing anything that has small details as well as a couple of wider areas, because the shape of the brush allows you to have some flexibility with how much paint you're applying. So the rounded point, you can get a nice fine detail, or you can press down the bristles and get more coverage of the area. So it's very durable. It'll maintain its shape no matter what medium you're using. So there's the 3 different sizes are ideal for outlining, detailing, and filling in large areas. So these are really nice, different sized brushes that you have. So these 3 items together are a great little set for doing some watercolor paintings. And then you have a couple other little bonuses. So this is a limited edition WatercolorSnacks washi tape that I helped to design. So there are some little flowers on here. Washi tape is a great tool to have in your watercolor kit because you can use it to tape off areas of your paper if you want nice clean edges. You can also use it as masking to keep areas of your paper white. So if you're painting over the tape, it will act as masking tape, and then when you peel it off, it will leave the white paper underneath. So this is a really handy thing to have in your watercolor kit as well. So those are all the items that we had. And then, of course, you always get your watercolor snack. So this is the snack. We have the lollipop in there. And then this is our watercolor snacks sticker. This is one that I designed to fit with our theme of Under the Sea. So we have a little bit beachy, a little bit sea vibes that will be really fun to follow through the theme for this summer's box. So that's everything that's in here. Let's go through and actually test out some of these materials. And I'll give you some techniques to start with to practice so that by the time we have our first live stream, you'll feel a little more comfortable using the materials and we'll feel a little prepared for our very first project. So let me go ahead and get this set up. And I'm going to bring my camera in just a little bit closer for you so that you can see more of the paper. Go ahead and open up to our first page here, just so you can get a sense of how to start swatching your colors. I'm just going to pick a couple of colors here. I'm not going to go through and open up the whole thing just yet. I'll start peeling back a couple of, do our primaries, and then we'll do green. So just grab the little tab. They have a handy little tab on there. Makes it a little easier to open up. Okay, so just take these caps off your brushes. You can hang on to them if you like. They're great, especially if you are packing your watercolor brushes for travel kit. These can help protect your brushes from getting bent or pressed up against anything. But let's start with the biggest brush. So they always come with a little bit of sizing on them. It just helps hold the shape of the brush. So you don't want to start with just a dry brush. So I am, I'll move this over just a bit so you can see. I am just kind of getting my brush wet to begin with to loosen up that sizing. And then I just kind of give it a swipe across paper towel and get a little more water, and then that's when I can start activating my paints. And I'm just gonna kind of pull some paint from a pan here and put it into one of the palette wells. Now I've got 2 cups of water here, and that is so that I have 1 cup to rinse my brush off in, and then another cup in case I need clean water to mix up my watercolors with. So it's handy to have 2 cups, and you can kind of just see how bright and vibrant the color is here. So if you want to practice swatching, the other thing you can do is go on to ArtSnacks Mix. And you can look at the swatch card that I posted a couple weeks ago. The swatch card is just some sea creature designs, similar to what is on the WatercolorSnacks sticker for this quarter. And you can, if you want to just trace the illustrations that I posted on there, you're more than welcome to. You can also just use them as inspiration. It's up to you, however you would like to do it. But that's there for you if you want something specific to be drawing or filling in with your watercolors. But yeah, so hopefully you can start to see what I was describing about the shape of the round brush. You can really press down and fill in a bigger area, or if you tilt the brush, you can start to get some nice fine line work details. So you can get even more refined with the smaller brush, or you can cover more space with the bigger brush, but it's nice to have a variety of paintbrush sizes that you're working with when you are using a set of brushes like this one. So we'll just do one more little swatch, and then I want to show you a technique that you can be practicing for our first live stream, which will be coming up on August the 15th. So mark your calendars. That will be our first live stream. But this is something for you to practice in the meantime. So I'm going to use my biggest brush, but you can use really any size that you like. Make sure that it's clean. I usually will rinse it off in my cup and then give it a swipe across the paper towel just to ensure that there's no paint left in the bristles. You might have some staining like I do, but that is okay. And then you'll take some of your paint and make sure you've got your brush nicely loaded up. And then practice starting with the fine point of the brush and then pressing down and then lifting back up. So you get kind of a shape like this. So just practice that, getting control over the shape of the brush, getting control over how thick or thin you want your lines to be. And you can fill up a page with lines like this. You can try in different colors. You can try with different amounts of paint, whether it's more watered down or thicker paint. So let's try with a little more paint. The more watered down your watercolor is going to be, the lighter it will be. More of the white paper will show through. So that's why you'll get that lighter color. More paint, of course, you have more pigment, so you'll get darker colors. So practice this. And this will come in handy when we are doing our live stream. I do also plan to post on Mix a little bit of a tutorial for you guys so that you can, again, follow along and just get a little practice using the brush stroke to create sort of a wave-like shape. So that is just a quick, brief introduction to the materials that we have in your WatercolorSnacks box. I'm going to raise my camera back up just a little bit so you can see everything all together. But I hope that this was helpful for you and that you're feeling excited about your WatercolorSnacks box. Again, the next live stream that's coming up is going to be August 15th. I'm going to post in the Mix group how to prep for the class, what you need to prepare, and what we're going to be working on. You can join us live. And then please also go on to Mix just for any other information or updates that are coming up with WatercolorSnacks, and I'll be posting in there. Otherwise, I'm really excited to create with you this quarter, and I look forward to seeing what you make. So thanks, everybody.